Hey Gemini, this is your May 2023 soul story. If you have a sun rising or your moon is in the sign, this is your reading. And if you have a birthday this month, then happy solar returns. It's Romy here. Thanks so much for taking the time to support my channel and tune in. Okay, so we are opening up with the energy of death. And of course, we're going to be welcoming the lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio on the 5th of the month, which really does herald this theme of transformation, of things coming to a powerful conclusion. There's this wrapping up that's taking place. Now, in your 6th house, Gemini, it does mean that there's something about the routine and the way that you've been doing life that I think you're past, you're just over it. There's a change that you know needs to happen. In fact, I see you deeply contemplating that there is something more for you. And that restlessness is inviting this bravery. And you know that there's something that is really beyond the comfort zone. And I think that this month is stretching you. It's a time where you're going to be put in positions and asked to put yourself forward to do things that feel just out of reach, because beyond what we've settled for, what we've accepted, or even where we have felt constrained or held back in different areas of our life, there are new experiences showing up now that are going to completely reshape your whole perception of yourself, the potential that you see in different areas, and really what you think is possible for yourself. Now, the energies are certainly complex through the month of May, but Gemini, so are you. You're a complex being. And so really this landscape can support that mutable, shape-shifting mind and mood that you bring to the situation. Now, the beginning of the month, we see Pluto shifting retrograde into the sign of Aquarius, and there's a visitation, inward journey around our personal power. And I think this is part of the inevitable change. Yeah, things coming to a point of conclusion and release for you, and you recognizing what is now going to support the facilitation of this new part of yourself that is getting ready to emerge as we move into your solar returns. Now we have the asteroid goddess Juno also shifting into Gemini on the 1st of the month, supporting you for anything that you need to do by way of negotiations, contracts, whether that be specifically in relationships or more professionally in business and partnerships. You will have the charm, you will have the energy working in your favor. The Two of Cups here, of course, bringing in this emphasis around what makes you feel complete? What are the things that help you to feel in unity and harmony with yourself? And it's a balance, right? It's a balance between the belief and the knowing that the best is still to come, but also celebrating all of the progress that has brought you, to this point, and ultimately knowing that there's no sort of fixed destination that's going to tell you, okay, this is it, I've arrived. Yeah. Now, the energy of death coming in connected into the Two of Cups also suggests that for some of you, you might be going through really powerful transformation and revolution in regards to some of the closest connections and relationships in your life. And remember, that Scorpio moon energy will be intense, but there's also a very cathartic feeling to it. And I don't have a sense that this is a month that's supposed to be removing things from your life that are things that you don't want to let go of. This is more about you feeling like things are coming into more of a divine order, because one of the things I feel for you this month, Gemini, is that there's an assembling going on of who and what you need to be able to bring tangible form to some of the ideas and some of the ways in which you want to kind of start architecting and creating new routines, new ways of being, new aspects of your life. Now, Two of Cups and Ace of Cups suggests that there is like a sort of explosion of emotional heart energy coming through for you this month. And again, I think that the discovery of a passion, perhaps the returning to something or someone that feels really significant and symbolic in your life. Remember, we've still got Mercury, your ruler, retrograde in Taurus for the first part of the month. And so this is an invitation to revisit what still holds value for you. Yeah, there is an importance here that you be discerning, because I also have this statement coming through from my guide that's saying, what have you got wrapped up into? So what I will say to you, Gemini, is ensure through the course of this month that you are not saying yes to something that really your whole mind, body and soul is screaming no at. Okay, or conversely, that you say no and then really in your heart of hearts you wanted to explore or be curious about something. Okay, so we have this lunar eclipse in Scorpio on the 5th of the month, and something will come to a natural point of conclusion around this period for you. Try not to fight it. Try not to hold on too tightly, okay? Because everything that's going on sort of behind the scenes, the way that some of these cosmic universal energies are working for you right now, is to put you in the right position to be able to say yes to things that are meant to be a part of this next significant chapter in your life, okay? And it's about moving from what has felt like the experiences of the lows to really kind of now finding this new fire, this new sacred fire. And remember, this month we're going to be welcoming quite a significant change as Jupiter shifts into Taurus. Now in Aries, over the last year, it was really giving us that creative life force to initiate the spark of something. But now, Jupiter in Taurus is about bringing real, tangible, manifested form to things. It helps us to get real. And I think that there's something about this that will feel very grounding and very creatively enriching for you as you start to kind of really think, what is it going to take? And yes, this is what I want, and this is where I'm setting my store out. Now, the Three of Cups suggests that there is celebration coming through for you, and perhaps feeling a little bit more supported than you have done for some time. Perhaps there are some new connections that are coming through, or transforming energies that are going to be showing up that are very much meant to be part of this next journey, this next adventure that you're going to be moving forward in. Venus, of course, is shifting into the sign of Cancer, out of your sign on the 7th of the month. So you still have that first week to take advantage of how the support of this Venusian energy is showing up for you. But in Cancer, of course, we are seeking safety. Yeah, we want the nurturing. And there's a more tactile sensitivity to things. I think that can be helpful, especially if you've had challenges or conflict in regards to some of those closer relationships. There feels like there's more of a loving heart energy coming into situations that might make it easier to be able to have the conversations. I would suggest as we come out of that Mercury retrograde, again, it will feel even lighter and easier to be able to address things. Now, the new moon comes in Taurus on the 19th of the month, and this beautiful cosmic boost, if you like, again for setting intentions around things that are really going to be very healing for you. 12th house energy is a very healing placement and a deeply spiritual one. So anything that you're doing that's supporting your spiritual growth around that time can be really felt in a way that's going to make your nervous system, your physical body feel in harmony and in balance. And I think that really matters, because actually through this month of May, you are going to be finding as you're put in these positions that are stretching you out of your comfort zone, that perhaps there's quite a bit of fear or doubt that's rising up in you. Is this right for me? Am I capable of this? And a lot of those old stories are going to be resurfacing for you again. I think you're also going to have to revisit the ways in which you've been putting those boundaries in place. And I think, all of us right now have the opportunity through the tests that the universe is showing us to demonstrate what this new moral code, if you like, what the agreements are that we're forming about how we want to live our life and what matters to us. Now, the King of Coins is showing up in the center of the reading here. I like the stability that comes in for you with regards to this, because sometimes that energy of death, that reinvention, that metamorphic process can feel very ungrounded. And yet there's something inevitable about the process, and perhaps it's already underway, or you're really welcoming it, you're ready for it, and therefore the change doesn't feel as painful. Even if you're out of your comfort zone, there's still something richly rewarding in that, because you know at a soul level, this is what's meant, this is where I'm supposed to be. I think you are seeking advice and counsel. You're looking for those that can give you the best possible wisdom to make that decision. But ultimately, remember what I said, Gemini, you're the one that's going to know when the time is right with regards to something. Taurus teaches us about our inner wealth, and there's a discovery that comes for you through the course of this month, something that you realize is naturally part of who you are, and perhaps you haven't been expressing it or using it or really given it much respect. So the value of it all of a sudden comes into the light. And there's something deeply rewarding about that is directly connected to levels of abundance around you. So there's an increase in vitality, there's more joy or laughter. There's the opportunity for improvement in relationships. But what I'm really seeing is that it's directly connected to this discovery that you have within yourself. There's a real tightrope that we're walking through the course of this month, right? Where we have to be incredibly disciplined and deliberate about what we want, the desires that we hold, the vision that we are creating and architecting for ourselves, and yet incredibly fluid to the ways in which that can show up that's in our highest good. And if you can really take this approach, you're going to be able to withstand some of the storms, some of the anarchy, some of the challenge and conflict that comes your way, or especially if you're getting wrapped up in something that feels way too complicated and wasn't even your business, or wasn't something you were meant to even be a part of. But it also keeps you deeply rooted in your knowing and deservedness to, this is what I want, this is what destiny has in store for me. Because like I said at the beginning of the read, you know there's something more for you. No one else is truly going to understand where that comes from, Gemini. And even if you try to express it or articulate it, people even then might not necessarily be able to get on board or truly kind of realize the significance. So this is plans that you have to orchestrate. And Pallas Athena shifting into Leo, fire sign, will be harmonious for you. And she's helping to set the strategy and bring about the solutions. And again, you look incredibly focused here. Now, these twos showing up say that there are important choices this month. And even if you feel you're backed up against a corner, even if you feel you have no options, or you're restrained or restricted in some way, May will deliver. These eclipse energies are huge trajectory shifts. And the energy of death here is telling me that everything is going through a powerful reordering and reshuffling in your pathways. And that's meant so that you can take these big, bold moves, because you didn't come here for status quo. You didn't come here for comfort zone. And this is about you being able to take things to the next level at the same time as prioritizing your health and well-being, nurturing and nourishing the things, the people and yourself, that matter most. Of course, the sun's going to shift into Gemini on the 21st, illuminating that solar returns path and giving you the confidence and really the sense of it's now or never. Yeah, and the stakes feel a little high in relation to something. You've perhaps been waiting a long time for something to come around, or knowing that if I don't express this now, if I don't ask, if I don't put myself out there, I don't want to be where I am a year from now. Even if there are parts of your life that are working beautifully and harmoniously, there's still something that you're like, this isn't working. And you're ready for that change. So we're going to go ahead and pull the final 3 cards for this month. We will reveal these in the extended version of the reading, Gemini. If you're new to the channel, you'll find that link in the comment and the description box underneath. we talk for another 25 minutes or so, just giving you deeper insight and seeing which direction and how the reading is going to continue to open up. I'm going to go ahead and clarify this now and see what additional messages want to show up. All the decks that I use are also listed. And this month, the soul journeys are focused on sitting in the power. So where you have felt exhausted, depleted, drained, mind, body and soul, this is a beautiful journey in the light to really explore how to reset yourself and feel more energized. And in the shadow, we're exploring releasing the block. What is the one thing right now that you feel is holding you back? Perhaps that's getting in the way of you really going for these things that you feel are too out of reach. So we've got 5 of Cups, 10 of Earth coming through. Again, you can find the links for these meditation journeys in the comment and description box. Everything's over on my website. All of these tools created to support you every month. A rebalancing, I like that coming in. 6 of Pentacles, Ace of Fire, beautiful. Emperor energy and that King of Coins. You see, you have some important influential people or significant conversations happening. Another Ace of Air. Moon and the Hermit. There's a wisdom that's just coming from Gemini this month. You have to trust that you know what's right for you right now. Fool and 3 Aces. You have to let that energy of death bring through the closure where it wants to in your life. All of this is like waiting in the wings to open up for you. Queen of Water, of course, we've got Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy with that. Mars is also shifting into Leo on the 20th, right ahead of the Sun shifting into your sign. Again, this is like a real nice placement for you. Fire and air always working harmoniously, and Mars and Leo just, again, giving that sort of drive, especially creatively for you. It's really beautiful. But also to be seen, you know, to have a little bit more confidence to show up and connect. And with that 3 of Cups, there's a beautiful socializing energy that's also coming through. Okay, let's go ahead and pull from Life Soul Vision, which is my Oracle deck. You'll also see Moon Musings, my book, which is now on Amazon. The ebook and the audio version will also be available this month, so please do check that out. Okay, what do we have here from Life Soul Vision? Okay, beautiful. Earth Star energy, sacred ceremony. I think this shift from Jupiter coming into Taurus will be felt, you know, so quickly and really start to ignite something in terms of it feeling like, okay, this is possible. This is doable. And I'm now starting to see the evidence of this really showing up, you know, this tangible manifesting energy. So beautiful. Okay, we've got Honesty at the Edge of Quiet. We've also got Soothe Your Soul, which was clarifying that Ace of Cups. So the nurturing, nourishing, very important for you through this month of May. You got to take care of yourself. Nourish your inner wealth. Beautiful. The Wishing Tree. Nice. Beyond these comfort zones, there's just lying this whole new experience that's part of something that you want. Yeah, what's holding you back? Mirrors of the mind. The clearing blockage guide will be really supportive for you if you keep coming up against the same story, either within yourself or being projected back to you in your physical experience, yeah? Okay, let's go ahead and pull from the Enchanted Map Oracle. Slow and steady. Beautiful. There's progress. Number 12. Yeah, you're working in that 12th house energy. Just allow it. Even the changes that come in with that death energy. The nice thing for me is that they don't feel so sudden and disruptive, like they're pulling the rug from under you. It just feels like, okay, this is the natural point of release. Now, it can feel intense, for sure with that Scorpio eclipse, but it shouldn't feel like such a surprise. I think there's a kind of inevitability about it that you're really coming into a sense of peace with. Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in and supporting the channel. If you'd like to join me for the extended, I look forward to seeing where we're going to take this. You can find the link in the description box below. And otherwise, I will see you again next month. You take good care. Have a beautiful solar returns for those of you born in May.